Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, the former head of state is making news, that is Edgar Chagwa. So according to the daily revelation, they say, "Don't mind courts, I am standing, Lungu." So that's a statement that is attributed to the former head of state, simply saying that he is standing. So regardless of the outcome of the constitutional court, he's standing. I don't know what that means. I don't see the legality of that. But anyway, in a bit, we will know whether he is eligible to stand. As you may be aware, his eligibility case is still back in the Constitutional Court. This should be like, if not the third time, but it's not the first time it's been presented. So the judges are having a look at it, and they have set December 10th as a day of judgment, trying to come to a conclusion with that case. What it says, Sean Tembo asks Uka forgiveness. So you may be aware, Uka, the alliance which Sean Tembo was kicked out of, it seems like he had asked for forgiveness according to that newspaper headlines. But the former head of state and his wife have been in court. You may be aware, one of some of our properties in recent past has been repossessed for being believed to be process of crime. Initially, they got flats, but there's been rumors of the recent arrest that she was given, and new flats were being attributed to her, to say she's in the owner of certain flats, and the value is even higher than the previous ones. But so they've been in court back and forth with regard to that, and the president has been accompanying the former first lady and during those court sessions. But for him, the only court session that he has is the one with regard to his eligibility. But everything else, I'm pretty sure his immunity still applies. So wait and see how that plays out. That's what's happening in the Lungu family. What is the Daily Nation says? Edgar Shagalungu, Tete Awelelepo, according to Cornelius Mweta, so simply saying that's the information minister, simply doubling down on that rhetoric to say Edgar Shagalungu cannot be president again. That's what is the PF? People insisting that Alewelelapo, and there's a song to that, which was done in 2021. Edgar Chagwa in solidarity with the Catholic priests whose house caught fire in unclear circumstances in Lusaka's Makeni area last night. So that news has been making rounds for a while. I suspect it should be an electric fault, but no concrete evidence or information has been given yet. So we'll wait for the fire department to do a post-mortem of some sort on that house, or an investigation to discover what had happened in that regard. So that information is yet to be made public. What is Paul Manu Sambo has been given a number of court sentences. As you may be aware, the initial one was the one that was given in Luansha, which was 2 years imprisonment with hard labor. That's in the unlawful wounding case involving Chimbagambu's NDC at the time, and the cadres that had an interaction with Paul Manu Sambo. And then should have been like a day after he was brought back to Lusaka, and then that's where he was convicted. They should have been given 4 years for some case, and another one in total, it should have come to like 8 years. So Bowman Lusambo is currently serving those jail sentences. And he's been making an appeal on them, just like GBM has also made an appeal on some of his, on his conviction that he was given. So that's what's going on. So as things stand, we have Chitotera in prison, we have Geoffrey Wanyamwamba, GBM in prison, we have Bowman Lusambo in prison, we have Nixon Chilangwa in prison. So those are the former ministers at some point who are currently serving jail sentences as things stand. Okay, Edgar Chagwa was tolerant. Imagine if Pirato was doing songs against body. So that's the Smart Eagles statement there. So simply saying Edgar Chagwa was more tolerant than President Hakainde Hichilema, according to them. What is Nagachinda writes to the Chief Justice, demands justice. So Patriotic Front Secretary General Honorable Raphael Nakachinda has castigated the Chief Justice, Dr. Mumba Malira, for failing to lead the judiciary in a place of light and justice, in particularly, impartiality and fairness. A letter written to Chief Justice, copied to various stakeholders, including foreign embassies. Nakachinda has declared that the judiciary is now promoting lawlessness, and by failing to resolve disputes, such as the confusion brought into the opposition patriotic front by the state actors. So that's a letter that has been written to Chief Justice from Nakachinda, which has copied to obviously the Western embassies. While this Mouse Sampawezi, Trump appoints rich billionaire Elon Musk to head the department to eliminate bureaucracy, delays for efficiency in government operation. In Zambia, we need three such positions, namely for BOMA, meaning government, councils, and CDF. Zambia has many on Elons, but all ignored. So simply saying, Zambia has got its vision of rich people that are able to handle efficiency. So they should consider also developing a department of efficiency in Zambia, according to Mouse Sampa there. But his facts on Shamenda with the free education policy numbers are too much in classrooms to an extent that pupils do not go to school and cannot be noticed with the needed teachers recruitment. But we have heard of any recruitment since coming up with free education, to which Gary Nkomboko responded to say, UPND government has employed more than 50,000 teachers and continue to employ in order to address the teacher-pupil ratio in any case. It's a regime that has recruited more teachers at a short period. And then they seem to have been a back and forth between Shamenda and Gary Nkombo there with regard to the free education, because the different proponents have been issuing statements to say, yes, there's free education, but what quality of education is being given to these kids? So that's the argument there, posted by the UPND. Kalemba says Edgar Lungu doesn't need to change. He was a good president. He just needs to refine himself. That's Sean Tembo. Sean Tembo has been making rounds ever since they made the announcement of that Tonse Alliance. He did an interview with Diamond TV CEO Costa Mwanza. He did let the people talk. Pretty much, he's been making rounds. So it's from those extracts that those statements have been attributed to him. But the interview that he had with Costa Mwanza is one that has been trending, and people are weighing in. So posted by Patriotic Front, Costa won Sean Tembo 10. So I suspect Costa Mwanza deliberately acted unprofessional in an interview with Sean Tembo. Jack Mbula wrote, I say this because I know Costa Mwanza is a seasoned presenter and massive experience in conducting interviews. But last night he acted as someone sent on a mission. I noticed he failed in one of the key principles we use when conducting interviews, that is listening attentively and empathetically. Avoid leading and loaded questions. So the people have been weighing on the interview that they had, say Costa Mwanza was a little bit emotional there. That's what he's referring to. Former President Edgar Chagwa has vowed he will contest the 2026 presidential elections regardless of the Constitutional Court ruling on his eligibility date revelation. So that's the news saying, regardless, he's contesting. So I do not know how that works, but we'll wait and see how it plays out. So that's the president, and the statement being attributed to the former head of state, and that's his Tesila Lungu there. So EFCC denies Tesila leave to appeal against forfeiture of Cinder Farm. The Economic and Financial Crimes Court says former President Edgar Lungu's daughter, Tesila Lungu, has made a chance to challenge its order to have Chimutengu Forest Farm in Cinder District be repossessed by the state. So there's that fight where she's still trying to fight for her property in that regard. And then the UPND are cowards. If they are really popular and have worked, why are they afraid of Edgar Chagwa? Mukukula says. So simply saying the UPND is afraid of Edgar Lungu contesting there. It's in the mass newspaper. That's the Daily Nation. Now Chavinga Ngona face jail. So with regard to Mausampa's filed a contempt of court because Chavinga decided to proclaim himself as PF president, while there's a court injunction with regard to that. So wait and see how that plays out. Lungu has no agenda, UPND. His written manifesto is theft, politics of the belly. Obviously, that's Moito's statement. So simply saying that they worried up Lungu in that regard. Ukatonse, we are one, Lungu. We want to retain power so that we naifwe tulewe ikatako. Says there, as in the news diggers. I said Gachagua with Munia Zulu, who recently celebrated his birthday. That's a member of parliament. So that's how the news is playing out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wait and see how everything plays out.